We're the adventurous teens that are building a plane.
We're going to assemble a team of 20 students and build a plane and fly from Cape Town right across Africa to Cairo. You can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook.
And even go to our website.
Okay, so it sounds impossible, but clearly it's not impossible. Teenagers, Megan Werner and Ntando Makwela will travel from Cape Town to Cairo in Egypt to share knowledge with other young people. Now, they'll also fly to other countries, not just by any aircraft, but one that they have built themselves. The aim is to inspire their peers to dream big and believe in themselves. And I have both of these dynamic youngsters with me on the show. Good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so you need to explain a lot to me now, because I'm listening to what you're going to do. I'm seeing this insert, and I'm trying hard to understand how it's going to happen. So before you tell me this, how did the idea come about to build an aircraft and go and spread the word across the continent?
First thing first, how me and Ntando met.
Good idea, let's start there.
I have a radio show, and at this one event, National Achievers Congress, I met Ntando. I was one of the speakers, and then he showed me his book. I was like, wow. And then I got him on my radio show, and he was so good on radio, I decided to make him my co-host. And then from there, I got this crazy idea. And then I said to Ntando, listen, this is what I want to do, but I need a co-pilot. Are you willing to do it with me? And he's like, that's really adventurous, and he'd love to do that.
And what a great idea. I mean, let's do it. Let's build a plane and fly across the continent. You didn't hesitate. You didn't even think, this girl's mad. She's lost her mind.
He was like,
well, I did think that.
Okay, so you help me out. You did think this was a crazy idea at first.
Yes, but it's one thing to have this idea, but it's another thing when you're doing it for a good cause, like to help teenagers and to show people that we can, and that the youth can do something, and that the youth can do whatever they put their mind to.
Yeah.
It's very important, because we're building it in June, and June is not only Youth Month. Today's International Children's Day, but we want to show the world that the youth are able to do whatever they put their minds to.
So the building of this aircraft begins on the 22nd of June. I think an important question I need to ask you both: what do you know about building an aircraft?
Well, not very much.
Okay, all right.
So it is a kit-built plane. Okay, so it's going to come in a kit form, and they're going to give you a manual, step-by-step, how to build it. And then another thing is we're building it at the aeroplane factory where the sling is going to be built.
Yes.
So the plane that we are building is a Sling 4, and that we are going to build at the factory. So if we do need any help from their engineers, we will be doing that.
So you've got them there to help you,
yes.
and you've got, like you said, a team of 23 people that will actually be assisting you to build this.
So
this
we're putting
aircraft
together a group of 20 teenagers, and then me and Ntando, of course, and then we'll also have some backup teams helping us. And
this is incredible. So who's going to fly? You're obviously both going to be the pilots.
Yes.
Okay, now my next question. Do you know how to fly a plane?
So to be able to fly a plane is you need a PPL to be able to fly across borders.
Yes.
So and in order to have a PPL, which is a private license, private pilot's license. So in order to have that, you need to be 17. At this stage, me and Ntando are still 16.
Yes.
We're flying in December, and in November, I'm getting my license.
Okay.
So yes, in November, I'm turning 17. And then I'll have my private pilot's license. He will still have his student pilot license.
Okay, so you'll be the co-pilot, she will be the pilot, and then the next journey you embark together, you'll be the pilot.
Yes.
Because then you'll be 17 years old. So destination number one is Egypt, right? Is that the first one, Cairo?
So we are going to start in Cape Town. So we want to fly from the one point in Africa to the other point in Africa. But then we are stopping at all the different countries on our way up, and then we're also planning on making a TV series about it.
I'm sure.
Yes, so there's quite a few countries like Botswana, countries like Namibia, all these countries along the eastern border, all the way to Cairo, and then flying to other countries back, because we don't want to just make this about Cape to Cairo, but we want to involve other nations as well, and touch the youth there and experience the rest of Africa, because the rest of Africa kind of feels secluded, and you know, there's all these stereotypes about Africa, but we want to get rid of those.
So tell me, Ntando, when you told your parents about this, what did they say to you? Because this is the first reaction that I would love to get when you said, "I'm going to fly
initially,
across Africa."
they said nothing. I think it took a while for them to register it, because they were so shocked.
You want to do what?
You know? It's like, okay, you want to build a plane and then you want to fly it across the continent. You haven't flown before in your life.
Yes.
You know, so it's a very...
Have you been in a plane? You've been in a plane before?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so you've been in a plane.
Yes,
you just have never flown a plane before.
Flown it.
Okay, and now you?
Okay, so
your parents? Because I'm seeing some parents here. They're obviously, are these your parents?
Yes.
Okay.
So my mom is an aircraft engineer instructor, and my dad is also a pilot.
So she's the experienced one.
Yes.
Okay, you're the experienced
I've got
one,
some aviation background, and I do know how to fly, because since the age of 15, I've been going with my dad, learning to fly. And,
and will you have somebody, maybe your parents or a team, that'll actually be following you, but on the ground? So you'll actually have... I mean, there must be a team of people with you.
So it's just me and Ntando flying the one plane, the one that we built, the 20 teenagers built.
But there'll be another one with you.
But there's going to be a chaser plane with my dad. And actually people crash and things like that by making not like stupid decisions. So like when the weather is not right, they decide to fly. So my dad is really experienced. He's got more than 10,000 hours on flying. So he'll be able to say, no guys, the weather's not good today, we're not flying today.
Don't take off today.
Yes.
This is not the day to do it.
Yes, we do have a support team. And then also, because my mom's an aircraft engineer instructor, then the build of the plane is going to go much easier, because she knows, like, that's amazing.
Okay, so let me punch your two books as well, because not only are they about to build a plane and then fly it across Africa, the two of them are also written books. So they have two books. Ntando, this is your book. When did you first write this?
So I wrote mine and finished it in 2017. I published it in December of 2017.
Okay, and it's called 9 Keys to Unlock Your Future. So this is obviously aimed at the youth and what to look for and how to dig deep from then. And then, of course, it's up to me, 7 ways to make a difference. Megan, you wrote this at 15.
Well, I wrote the first book at the age of 13, and that's the revised edition. And Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, wrote the foreword of my book, which is quite cool. And I also speak with him on stage.
Guys, you are, you know when they say we need to cover more positive stories of what the kids of South Africa are doing, I think this is what we mean by it, because you guys have inspired me, and I think a lot of other South Africans. Will you please keep us updated? Come and visit us again when you're about to embark. So December, you said you're going to start the first expedition. So you got to come there and come here and just update us so we can say goodbye to you. Okay, wish you luck.
Thank you
so much.
Well done. Can we buy these books somewhere? Where do we get them?
So my book, you can get it on my email address, which is The Real Dynamic Kid, all in small letters, at gmail.com. So you just send an email there and then we can courier to you.
Dude, no one had that handle, The Real Dynamic Kid. Awesome. Well done, you found it. That's the best email address I've ever heard. And how do we get hold of you?
You can go on my website, which is www.meganwerner.co.za, or on our website, which is Molo Africa, MOLO Africa.co.za.
Guys, thank you very, very much. What a stunning story. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this.